everyone to our Technology Business Showcase and Matchmaking Forum. This is meant to be an intimate setting where buyers and suppliers can meet and learn a little bit more about each other. And we're very committed at the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce as the operator of the Phoenix MBDA Business Center to making sure that we're connecting buyers and suppliers. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off. I'm going to ask Alika to forward to the next slide, please. And definitely want to thank our community partners. This is a joint and collaborative effort between the American Indian Chamber of Commerce of Arizona, the Associated Minority Contractors of Arizona, the Asian Chamber of Commerce of Arizona, the Black Chamber of Commerce of Arizona, and of course the Chinese Chamber of Commerce of Arizona. We have most recently, this group has work together in the community collaborative to make sure that we are all working together for the sake of our members. And so this is an exciting time for us, especially during the pandemic. We know how small businesses have really taken a hard hit, not just in the country, but in Arizona specifically. And so we know how important collaboration is. And so our community partners really help us make sure that we're identifying all of the needs of our business community. So really want to give them a special shout out along with our title sponsor, APS. This event is an extension of our Business Diversity Summit, which APS has supported for many years. And as we know, APS has one of the largest minority spends in Arizona. And so we're very grateful to them, as well as our other partners, event partners, Cox Communications and SRP. Next slide, please. Together, we have put together the $1 Million Circle of Excellence. For those of you who are not familiar with this, this is a little brother version of the $1 Billion Roundtable. The $1 Billion Roundtable hosts the almost 25 companies, multinational companies that that spend over $1 billion with minority suppliers at different tiers within the US. And so we created this program to recognize those companies. We've been doing this since 2012, actually 2013, I think it was, maybe 2012. And really every year learning more and more about how companies are reaching out and finding the business case for supplier diversity, particularly the increase in competitiveness with using minority suppliers and really opening up the supply chain. We know that the minority population in Arizona is growing. So is the minority vendors in the supply chain. So we want to make sure we're doing everything we can to facilitate that. And all of this is under the direction of our of the executive director of our Phoenix Minority Business Development Agency Center, Alika Kumar. And I'm going to hand it off to her because she's going to walk us through the agenda and also kick us off with an introduction to CBF from APS, who will do buyer introductions. So super excited to have you all. Again, my name is Monica Villalobos. I serve as president and CEO of the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We are all here to serve you. So excited to be with you today. And with that, I will kick it over to Alika. Thank you so much.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for rising up early in the morning to do some matchmaking and do some business today. You heard the welcome remarks. We will now have the overview, the showcase, the business matchmaking showcase. First, we will introduce the buyers to you, and the buyers will speak for about 5 to 6 minutes, talking about how to do business with their organizations and about upcoming opportunities. And then we will introduce the suppliers, and we will be doing that in alphabetical order. And each of the suppliers will have 90 seconds to 2 minutes around about there. And when your time is up, I will, the slide will change. You will see your slide come up in alphabetical order. So when you see a slide, you can start talking. Okay. This is being co-hosted with the Phoenix MBDA Business Center and the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We are funded by the national agency, the Minority Business Development Agency, which is part of the US Department of Commerce. They fund centers like ours throughout the country. We are here locally operated by the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And our job is to maximize job creation and global competitiveness amongst minority-owned businesses. What we do is we provide business consulting services. There is a small fee, but it's very minimal. And we only charge because we are required through our grant to charge for our services. We provide access to contracts, which means you get bid opportunities, you get introductions to buyers and contracting officers, both private, local, federal. We also help provide access to markets. If you need a loan, working capital, or you want to increase your bonding capacity, we can help you with that. We also guide you through the different certification processes. So if you're not sure what certifications you might be eligible for, we can guide you through that process. We also provide very innovative workshops and seminars, so you can learn more and sharpen your business tools and get access to more resources so you can grow your business. We offer business-to-business forums such as this one, where we connect buyers and you. We also help with exporting and provide referrals and consultations as you need to grow your business. So our focus is helping you grow your business. Our team includes Yvette Uriondo, Gabriel Groves, and John Mascarenas. They're all senior business consultants with, Sam has got a federal contracting experience. She was a federal contracting officer. Yvette and John both have extensive experience working with businesses and helping in the finance area. So if you need help and you're ready to grow your business and you're a minority-owned business that makes $1 million or more or are in high-growth industries, we'd be happy to talk to you. So now we'll move along to our technology, business showcase, and matchmaking. As I mentioned, the procedure in alphabetical order, we will introduce each buyer. They'll have 5 to 6 minutes each to speak. And because we have a bit of additional time today, the suppliers will get up to 2 minutes to speak this afternoon. So this morning rather. And so look out for your slide. It will be in alphabetical order. And when your slide comes up, you're free to talk. I would recommend that you be as concise as possible and give your 90-second elevator speech so that everything that's critical about your business is presented in that amount of time. So good luck to you, and I hope you make great connections today. So today I'd like to introduce you to Sibia Manzanares. She's with the Arizona Public Service, our title sponsor, and also the first buyer. Sibia?
Hello, good morning. Thank you, Alika. Good morning to everyone. Can everybody hear me? Okay. Yay, okay. My name, like Alika said, my name is Sibia Manzanares. I work for APS. I'm the Supplier Diversity Program Manager, and my role at APS is to help connect, local companies, local and diverse companies to do business with APS. Today I will be representing a buyer role, but overall I can answer any questions on how to do business with us. One of the things that I will do is I will put on the chat is the link to register as a supplier with us. So APS uses an online platform called Power Advocate. And this is where we take our supplier registrations. And what you can do as a supplier is register your company, And if your company is a diverse company, it has a certification as a small business, diverse business, veteran owned, any of those type of certifications, you can upload that certification to the registration process, because our buyers and our category managers, you know, when they do RFPs, we ask them to include a local and diverse business in that RFP. So if we don't have one supplier identified, they will go to this online platform and look for that supplier. So whenever I talk to anyone that wants to do business with APS, I tell them step number one, go register, and then we can talk. Because if I don't know about all the RFPs that are coming up, but if you can get registered, then the buyers will have visibility to your business. So I'm happy to talk to the IT suppliers today. And I'm actually really happy that I have some good help today with me. Michael Tuff will also be taking some matchmaking, and I'm excited for that. So to be here and looking forward to meeting y'all.
Thank you, Sibia. Is Michael available to talk today?
Sure, I can say a few words, yeah.
Good morning, Michael.
Morning. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
So as you can tell from my accent, I'm not originally from Phoenix or Arizona even. I'm from Scotland, spent the last few years over in Houston, APS in September of this year, so I'm here supporting my role in the company.
You're in and out, and it's kind of hard to hear you.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right.
My Bluetooth failed at the last minute, so I'm on my backup. So yes, I joined APS in September this year, IT category manager, and very happy to be here during this forum, and very eager to hear what's out there available for APS.
Thank you. Michael, would you be able to tell us about any upcoming opportunities, or what types of trades you might be, what kinds of services and products you may be looking for in the upcoming 6 months?
Yeah, I can do that. I think I would rather speak in generalities. I've given this a lot of thought. So I think, look at IT in terms of what we spend. The two big areas are in terms of project management, designing new systems, new architecture for servicing the greater Arizona community, making sure that we are able to stay in a full the second, so that is a lot of effort around people, making sure that we have access to the right people, able to design systems, manage projects. The second big piece of the IT world is obviously the procurement of hardware, software that goes into making all of these infrastructure and equipment actually run and work here. So I think this is a very crowded space already, and there's a lot of big players in that space, and we're always looking at that. If you look at the software and the hardware side, not only do you have some very big players, some of those big players are already minority owned. Number of you will be familiar with. So they're already very large and minority business. I think where it comes to dealing with APS on a smaller scale, I think you have to look at what we're looking for is differentiation, is the accessibility that you get with a more regional type support, the quicker service, the availability of maybe inventory, and a big piece that I want to stress to everyone, probably know it, there's the whole regulatory and cyber security, right? So, you know, not only do we have concerns over our infiltration into our operations that could impact the flow of electricity, but we also are very concerned about, you know, the impact that viruses can have coming into our systems and ultimately our consumer systems as well, in terms of, you know, because we're so interconnected these days with smart meters and etc. So I think, you know, in terms of not just doing business with us, I think it's, you know, these are the niche things. We're very interested in innovation and people that really understand, companies that really understand the whole concerns about cyber security and are innovative in space. That's the type of things that we're looking for, you know, not just over the next 6 months, but, you know, over the years to come.
Great. Thank you very much. I'm going to just open it up for questions. If anybody has any, we'll take a minute to ask questions. Does anybody have any questions for Michael? Seeing none, I will move on. Next up, we have Vivian Serino with Arizona Coyotes. Vivian? Vivian, we can't hear you. You're muted.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I was making coffee earlier, so I didn't want you guys to hear the gurgling. Anyway, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm very proud to participate and to open doors potentially for the diverse vendors that we have. I'm with, obviously, the Arizona Coyotes Hockey Club. I am the senior buyer. It is a new role. We have new ownership. It's the Morello Group based out of Downey, a huge Latino presence, if you will. And this role is designated to align and kind of curb the spend, if you will. Prior to my arrival, everybody in every department was buying whatever they wanted. There was no POs being put in place. POs were being done after the invoice had been received, so there was a gap in the process. So in the process of trying to align that, we're finding that it's best to consolidate spend. We have to go by what ownership mandates that we use as far as the IT process, be it the hardware, the peripherals, the server, you know, whatever's related to that. We do have some instances outside the box. For example, the director of game presentation obviously needs a more specialized computer for the graphics and that kind of stuff, and the animation, because this is what they do during the games. So it's a whole new world. I've never worked sports, never liked sports, but here I am. So I think my biggest challenge, and I don't know if it's common, but obviously we all want to do the right thing and support these small businesses. But my concern is the cost. Can they be competitive with, say, the CDWs or, you know, whatever large providers there are of peripherals and units, if you will? I have to answer to ownership. You know, our season was shut down back in February. We've had no revenue since then. So every dime I spend is scrutinized, questioned. Do we really need it, kind of thing. So I guess my fear is if there's an elevated cost in order for us to include these smaller suppliers. And again, I don't know if everybody worries about that, but I have to answer to not only ownership, but my executive management. So thank you.
Vivian, could you tell the vendors that are participating here today, what is the best way to do business with Arizona Coyotes? how would you know they exist? I mean, what should they do? What is the process? And also the types of services and products you may be looking for in the upcoming year. And, you know, we won't hold you to it, but just a ballpark array, you know, idea
Right.
of what they could look forward to.
Well, the easiest way to contact me obviously is email. My mobile is on there as well. However, I rarely answer the phone unless I know who it is, because I do get a lot of calls from vendors and the like. You know, shoot me an email, show me what you have to offer. Give me that one thing that sets you apart, or what could benefit us both, because it has to be a mutual relationship, right? It's a mutual partnership. Right now, there is not a lot of demand, obviously, because of our budget constraints. We have some new hires, but they're one-offs, one here and there. When the season starts, hopefully next year, we still don't have an idea from the NHL as to when the season starts. You know, there might be a greater demand, but right now we're trying to redeploy units to any new hires that may come in. Again, we have the one-offs that require, you know, fancy computer with graphics and hardware and software that, you know, is out of the norm. But to be quite honest, I don't see an increase or a need for anything until the season opens up. And we don't know when that'll be in 2021.
So would it be fair to say that while you do not have any immediate opportunities right now, that it would be a good idea for the companies to send you an email along with their capability statements so that you have an idea of what's out there available? And that
Absolutely. I need to build up my my supplier list.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm sure Monica's aware, Javier Gutierrez, our president, is adamant on opening this diversity to the Coyotes. I want to be a part of that. So yes, absolutely, because we do have units that, you know, die, and I need to buy one or two here. So absolutely, just because I'm not buying 20 units right now doesn't mean that there won't be a need for, you know, one or two. And you know what? That's the best way to start a relationship, is show me what you got, give me competitive pricing, deliver as promised, you know, show me that aftermarket support, and we're good.
Vivian, I'm so excited. I was just texting Javier saying that you all are well represented here. For our suppliers, this is an amazing opportunity to be in on the ground floor. Vivian is building up her list. I would also encourage you, Vivian, to touch base with these other buyers. You know, APS has an incredible pipeline of buyers and suppliers. Oh, good. And Sivia is you know, is spearheading that effort. I would highly recommend that you speak to these other buyers, because they have existing lists that have worked with our clients, and it will immediately help you, rather than having to duplicate that effort, but it'll help at least give you a good starting point with all of our suppliers. So thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the commitment.
I appreciate being here. Honestly, it's something I've never seen so fervently pushed within our organization before. So I'm happy and proud to be here. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Vivian. And ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. It's the best time for you to build a relationship with the Arizona Coyotes. So make sure you send an email with your capability statement, talking about what makes you stand apart, and you know, what sorts of services you could provide to help alleviate any issues they might have, any problem, you know, solve their problems for them, so before they arise. So you want to make sure you do that. Thank you so much, Vivian, again. Our next buyer is Hansel Phelps. We have Rosemary Middleton. Welcome, Rosemary.
Thank you. Good morning. Hansel Phelps is a large general contractor. We do a lot of federal work and a lot of civic work. We're currently at the SkyTrain Stage 2 at the Sky Harbor Airport. And I'm interested in meeting small businesses, minority-owned businesses of any scale that are in the construction industry. So whether you're a trade partner, a supplier, or supportive within the industry, I'd like to hear from you. Some of the projects that we've done for the federal government, we do a lot of buildings, a lot of vertical construction. As a representative of the Western District, I can tell you that we are actually working in California for the Calexico Land Port of Entry because our Southern California district is very, very busy. We do work in, we do a lot of ports of entry work. We are in New Mexico with two significant projects. One is a private manufacturer and one is a government project. So just from this district here based in Phoenix, we do have a wide range of work that we do. But if you are working on a federal scale, I can put you in touch with my counterparts in Virginia, Nashville, Florida, Southern California, Northern California, and Colorado. So please get in touch with me. I would love to hear your questions. I know my scope is very identified to construction work, but any scope within the construction industry, we will look at. Does anybody have any questions? No? So, yeah, I can't hear you, Alika.
Anybody want to ask Rosemary any questions? This is a good time. Rosemary is a great advocate for minority businesses and has worked tirelessly for as long as I've known you, Rosemary. I've seen you work hard on behalf of minority businesses. So thank you so much for also being here. I'm not seeing any questions. What is the best way for them to connect with you? What is the best way for them to approach Hensel Phelps?
Well, I think I'm a good first step to help them prepare. Really, I think the team that they want to get in touch with ultimately is the estimating team, but I can help them identify which estimator and get them a more warm introduction. So this email address, the phone number here is the office number, and I'm working remotely, so you'll be leaving a message and I will get the message and respond to you. But email is probably better because I am on the computer every day working remote. Once I can help you identify what work and who the right person is, I'd like to work with you to craft your message and get your capability statement tuned into what they're looking for, which will be very helpful for you. After that, once you've made that, started that relationship with the estimating team, you're kind of on your way. If you're working in the field, if what you're doing is you're not bidding on scopes of work, but you're providing services on the job, then I can help get you in touch with the superintendent. But I need to understand that before I can put you in touch with the right person.
Great. Thank you so much, Rosemary. That was very, very helpful.
Great.
Thank
Short
you.
and sweet, I guess.
Short and sweet. And hopefully, as you hear from the vendors, there may be more questions back and forth. So we'll leave that pretty open. Thank you so much, Rosemary, for always being there to talk about Hensel Phelps and to offer your guidance and assistance in getting them connected with opportunities. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. Next up, we have Abdullah Sanders from Sandtrack Technologies.
Hi, Abdullah actually couldn't make it, so he asked me to come on here and just...
Gabriella, could you speak a little louder? You're a little faint in sound. Thank you so much.
Sorry. So Abdullah couldn't make it, and he asked me to come in here and kind of introduce what we do and what we offer. So we are Sandtrack Technologies. We're an IT company. We do more IT services, cybersecurity consulting, business communications, VoIP, and low voltage communications, as well as hardware sales, and yeah, that's who we are.
And Gabriella, do you do a lot of subcontracting with other vendors, other businesses?
Yeah.
So what is the procedure? How should they reach out to you and connect with you?
So you guys can reach us. You can call us or email us. The information right here on the screen.
Okay. And do you see any upcoming opportunities in the coming year?
That I'm aware of, I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. So what would be the best way? So besides, you know, emailing, is there a vendor registration on the website?
No, we're more of a supplier,
Okay.
not a
Okay.
buyer. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
Okay, next up, we have the U.S. Army Recruiting Battalion Phoenix. We have Fernando Monares. Welcome, Fernando. I think Fernando, you're on mute. It looks like Fernando may have stepped away for a minute, so we will come back to him shortly. Next up, we will speak with Wells Fargo, Rudy Rodriguez. Rudy, the stage is yours.
He's not online, Alika.
He's not online. Okay.
I think we're ready to go to suppliers, unless there are any other buyers on the line that can identify themselves. Great. Alika, I think it's time to showcase our suppliers.
Great, wonderful. So suppliers, get ready. Your slides will be in alphabetical order. And first up, we have Activate, John Albert.
Hi, thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate your time. So we are a Scottsdale, Arizona-based technology solutions provider. And I say solutions provider because we really take things from a very different perspective in terms of we don't just supply hardware, we don't just supply software, right? What we do best is listen to the major challenges that a specific customer has, and then we compile solutions based on that. So as a team, we come together, all 12 of us across the country, and with the experience, the 20 plus years experience that we've had in the industry, we think about what we can put in place so that we are those subject matter experts. We offer a virtual CIO service. So we work with everybody to compile a technology vision and make sure that we execute on that, you know, with appropriate project management skills, you know, always leveraging best-in-class technology. Our services are currently typically 65 to 75% less than our next nearest competitor. We flat rate all of our managed services, so you're paying per platform and not per individual device, which is actually pretty revolutionary within the industry. So we really take a lot of pride in the services that we provide. And make that really the best part of our offering altogether. So please, my contact information, my direct contact information is there. It's a New York City cell phone number because I just never changed it when I moved out here to keep in touch with family from back east, but I am in Old Town Scottsdale. That's my direct email address. And we're just happy to help you out with, you know, anything you need. If you've got a technology need, it's very likely that we can help you out.
John, would you like to talk about maybe some of the bigger projects that you've done and, you know, how you executed them and what sets you apart?
Sure. So we started working with a customer on some handheld scanners, you know, like you see at Rite Aid or CVS. and we were working on a trade-in program for Zebra. So myself and a couple of folks went up to visit this customer. We brought them some demo gear, and then they started complaining about the fact that they were having challenges with their Wi-Fi, and a Wi-Fi vendor that was local kind of duped them out of some money, and a Wi-Fi vendor from the Valley duped them out of some money as well. So they paid for services and didn't receive any of the services that they should have received. So I said, hey, look, we could probably help you with that. And, if you've got time, we can spend time walking through your IT closets. And that just kind of snowballed into more and more and more. And currently we've got a bill of materials where we're bringing in significant speed fiber directly into their campus. We're doing fiber trenches across to 3 buildings on their campus. We're doing all of their low voltage, so all of the Ethernet cabling as part of the scope of work as well. And naturally, as you can imagine, all of the wired infrastructure, right? The switches, the routers, the firewall, cellular backup, so that if ever anything happens to that fiber line, they're still able to operate at some capacity. And then we started talking about tablets for their fleet vehicles. And so now we've got this, over $500,000 bill of materials that started off with what was really going to be a, $480 sale for a single, handheld scanner. And naturally all of the project management and all that. So we're looking forward to completing that at an accelerated rate. It was originally projected to have this project completed by the end of February. We're looking at early January now as well.
Excellent. And John, can you tell me what certifications you have besides the SBE for your business, if you have any others?
Yeah, so we are certified with the NMSDC. So we are a certified MBE as well. We're looking for our 8A certification. We're in the process of getting that wrapped up as well.
Great, good to know.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions for John?
Hi, this is Brad Schultz. John, I'm actually in the middle, I'll make this brief because it's a sidetrack, but I'm in the middle of trying to acquire some and figure out how to do pre-screening of COVID testing. So I'm looking for different technologies and solutions. So I'd like to give you a call sometime and talk about that maybe later today or early next week.
Yeah, my pleasure. Please just shoot me an email and we'll get the calendar figured out for sure.
Will do. Thank you, John. Sorry, folks.
No, appreciate it.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. How exciting is that? Our first supplier, and we have a little bit of success already. Thank you so much. Thank you, John. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate that. Next, we have Brad Schultz to talk about Banda Group International.
Yeah, I guess I didn't even need to mute and unmute again. All right. Good morning, everybody. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna go into a little bit of my canned elevator speech. Banda Group International is a successful graduate of SBA's 8A program. We're a service-disabled veteran-owned small business, a minority business enterprise, and a small business enterprise. We're headquartered here in Chandler, Arizona, with offices in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Oak Ridge, Tennessee. We were founded by a local certified safety professional, and safety and health remain at the forefront of our service offerings. In addition to safety and health services, we specialize in construction management and environmental characterization and remediation. We help Fortune 500 companies and US government agencies execute their missions safely and responsibly. We provide EHS solutions from program management to consulting services to boots on the ground. We support facility owners and major construction projects with expertise from pre-design through groundbreaking to startup to operations to decommissioning. So we know the EHS life cycle from end to end. So why am I here today? I'm not an IT supplier, but we supply services to people who do horizontal construction, vertical construction. We know trenching. We've worked for NASA. We've worked for a confidential semiconductor client here in the Valley. And we help manage their EHS program from groundbreaking to startup and commissioning. So we not only understand construction, we understand operations, building systems. We understand that there are owners and suppliers out there who have to do infrastructure projects in very critical environments where they can't afford to have any interruptions to their operations or services. And I believe we could be called a subject matter expert in those regards. Anybody have any questions?
And I'd like to add that Banda Group International has been one of our very celebrated clients for many, many years now. You received some awards from us in the past, I think more than once. And also the Banda Group International even has an international reach and has, you know, you've had contracts in, I think, the continent of Africa as well as Australia. Been I know that there's been some international business as well, so that's exciting. Do you have any, so you mentioned your certifications. Could you just repeat them one more time?
We are, yeah, currently we're a service disabled veteran-owned small business. And we have, I'm just kind of going through all our certifications and trying to familiarize myself with all the tiers. So I'm trying to make sure all those are current. So we've had a DBE with Houston, here in Phoenix, LA, the NMSDC, the MBE. I think we're in the process of renewing. Trying to think if there's any more I missed. Being a graduate of the 8A program, we've been through some of those things and graduated by success and size to where I would say probably our main focus or our main calling card is kind of that service disabled veteran and the relationships that we have in the local community, which I'm wanting to become more involved with. We do have a global reach, but one of the reasons that Banda Group brought me in is we want to have a new focus on serving our own community here. Looks like you're muted, Alika.
Thank you very much, Brad. Any questions for Brad? Okay. Next, we have Francis Viocata with Clean Scene, Arizona. Francis, if you're here, the floor is yours. Okay, it seems like Francis may be away. Next up, we have Co-Motive, Raul Encinas.
Thank you, Alika and team. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, appreciate the opportunity here. So Co-Motive is an online leadership coaching platform. We give individual leaders at all levels unlimited coaching on the go for a flat monthly subscription fee of $250 per month. For enterprise accounts, we give behavioral data on what the leaders in your company are seeing, thinking, and doing in a real-time dashboard. So whereas you might do survey at one-time static snapshots of how things were a month ago or 6 months ago, we're giving you real-time data about what leaders are currently dealing with. And you might wonder why you might want to give your leaders leadership coaching. Most enterprises that are going through digital transformation or trying to become more agile, change their culture, know that coaching is a proven intervention. It's a great way to maximize the investments that you're already making. And the way that we deliver our coaching is perfect for remote workforces, work for home, leaders that work different shifts, because everything we're doing is asynchronous. Instead of paying $1,000 or $2,000 per person per month, we're only $250. We're an Arizona legal benefit corp, public benefit corp, B Corp. We're certified as a qualified small business by the Arizona Commerce Authority. We are a woman-owned, woman-led company. 83% of our team is a woman or a person of color, Black, brown, or intersectional. Our founders have an established track record working with large enterprises locally and nationally, like Avnet, Boeing, Comerica, Freeport McMoran, Discount Tire. And our leadership team is also diverse. Our technology team is diverse. Our product owner is a Black female, and all of our coaches are diverse because we know that representation matters. So we've got credentials as well at the individual level. 3 PhDs are on the team. Our coaches are ICF certified coaches. And we're a new business. We launched in 2020, earlier this year. Thank you.
Congratulations. What a year to start. But it seems like you're doing well. Did you want to give an example of a project that you've done that highlights what you're capable of and that you'd like to show off a little bit?
Yeah. So for example, one of our clients has a group of 20 leaders within that work cross-functionally across the entire enterprise. They work as project leaders essentially. And because they touch all parts of the company, it's very important for these leaders to have a wide set of skills and capabilities. Now, to up-level this group of 20 leaders, they realized they needed to invest in them and give them additional skills. So we worked with them to develop to offer the Comotive coaching service to reinforce the actions, behaviors, and language that they wanted to see in these 20 people. So proactively, our coaches can nudge behaviors on a daily basis. The leaders themselves can access unlimited coaching. So whenever they need help, whenever they want an extra pair of eyes or a thought partner or some kind of accountability partner on what they're doing, they can access that help in the normal flow of work. And then the enterprise gets monthly reporting on how, as a whole, the entirety of those 20 leaders are doing and what's working well. So trends, issues, and opportunities. It's not individually attributed, it's anonymized, but the enterprise gets a view and a sense of what's happening at scale.
Great. Thank you so much. That helped a lot. Thank you, Raul. Does anybody have any questions for Raul? Seeing none, we'll move on to the next one. Sorry. All right. Empresa Gila Software Company, Victor Hugo.
Hi. Thank you, Alika. Hi, everyone.
Thank you.
Appreciate the opportunity. Well, if you have ever had the opportunity of or the need of hiring a software development team, you know there are different ways you can go about this. If you went through the option of hiring a freelance, you already know that this is like a box of chocolates, right? If you allow me to quote Forrest Gump for a second here, you never know what you're gonna get. It might be a great guy, it might be not so great. Or if you tried finding the cheapest rates halfway across the world, you probably experience some of the common problems of having a team in such a different time zone, like communication issues and so on. I'm the CEO of Gila Software. We are a software development outsourcing company with an operation center in the north of Mexico. These days, modern software development methodologies require real-time interactions, not waiting until the next day for a response. So our teams have the ability to communicate interactively with our clients all day long, and particularly with our clients in Arizona, as we are in the exact same time zone all year round. We work in a wide variety of technologies and platforms, as our model allows us to hire the talent according to our clients' requirements. We can also do project-based work. We can do projects for mobile apps, web platforms, websites, e-commerce, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and also we do SEO and social media marketing. And on top of that, we also have great rates. You can learn more about our services and our website, which is gilasw.com, or you can email us to yourteam@gilasw.com. Victor Martinez, Gila Software.
Great, thank you, Victor. Are there any examples you might want to show of something major that you did that was a successful job that you completed?
Yeah, absolutely. This year, we worked on a platform that was a project, collaborative project from the National Center for Women in IT and also Televisa Foundation. The goal of this organization is to raise awareness among young Latinas and their families about new opportunities, and this platform in specific allows them to pitch their startup ideas and get connected with potential sources of funding. We are also right now starting with a platform that includes a machine learning engine that is going to be very interesting because it will allow companies to evaluate the productivity on their virtual meetings now that everybody's using Zoom and Teams to communicate. It is important to keep an eye on how productive these meetings are being conducted.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Victor.
Thank you.
I welcome Laptops for Learning next, Brenda Powell. I don't see Brenda here. Is Jose Ruben Moreno here, Launch IT Solutions? Jose? Okay. Next up, we have Mountain View Media. Jane? All right. Nicodex. Do we have Jesus Herrera here? All right. Think something. Jason Orozco. You're up next. I apologize, but it looks like a few people are missing. Print, save, repeat, Arnett, Ford. Going once, going twice, going thrice. Okay. Douglas Hill, TCO Technology. All right, we're going through this really quickly today. Cubotica, is Mahesh Vinayagam here?
Yes, I'm here, Alika.
Floor is yours, Mahesh. You get extra time just for being here.
Thank you, Alika. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mahesh Vinayagam. I'm the CEO and founder of Cubotica. We are an automation and AI firm. So we help organizations automate a lot of their back office services functions like finance, HR, research, any of those functions where people are actually performing work on a computer, transferring data, copying data, entering data, manipulating documents like reading emails, looking at invoices or orders, and then taking that information and putting into computer systems. All of that work could be automated, and we perform that automation for very large organizations like United Nations, Western Union, and so on and so forth. We are like about 2.5, 3 years old, based from Arizona. We're a true Arizona corporation, certified as both as a small business enterprise as well as a diversity disadvantaged business enterprise as well. And we actually also work with CDW. We actually automated a lot of CDW's process. And we know they're one of the biggest providers for the state and the federal government. So we actually help automate a lot of their back office functions. So we have really good exposure from dealing with any documents like these application forms. Like we are working with the state of Hawaii to do a scoping on a project where we're actually working with Georgia, state of Georgia, to process their health benefits automation, looking at their documents, taking some information off of it, and then entering that information into the back office systems, right, into their citizen management systems. So that is our expertise. I also have my colleague here, John, who manages our sales for the region. And we are happy to assist both from developing solutions like performing professional services as a subprime, however you want to engage with us, we're happy to do that. We also have 2 products that we can actually offer on a cloud or a on-premise implementation. So one of the products is called Document. So it's a platform that can take documents like orders, invoices, forms, like I said, any of the application forms, extract information, whether it is typed, handwritten, and any format. So we could actually use AI and computer vision to extract that information and provide that extracted data back. And we can also input that data into ERPs, mainframe systems, desktop applications, web applications. We can actually input that data. So that is what we do. Happy to help and can collaborate with the other suppliers, and wish you all the very best. And thank you, Alika and the MBDA team, for the opportunity here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahesh. Did you want to give an example of any big project you've had that has been successful and the types of projects you can do? Because some of the buyers that are here today, we have a utility company, we have a construction company, we have an assorted type of company. So something that will help them, connect with what you're doing. And if you could speak just a little louder.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Alika. So from an example perspective, like invoice processing or AP automation is a big thing that we do for a lot of our clients, including CDW. We actually managed over 600,000 invoices for them. So we can actually take the invoice from an email, find out which attachment is invoice within the multiples of emails, multiples of attachment, identify that, classify that as an invoice, extract the information automatically from that PDF document, and then putting that into their ERP system, and then making the payment itself, right? So there's lots of human tasks involved in processing an invoice, like where they have to just check against a PO, make a $0 adjustments or a negative adjustments. So they do a number of different rules, and then create a payment on the ERP, and the payment is then to the payment, they attach certain information as well. So all of that process we have automated for them. So that's kind of, we handle about 600,000 to 1 million invoices a year in that kind of an effort. So that's a simple example, but that's a very powerful one that a lot of our clients across the board, whether it's manufacturing, financial services, they use. The other example that I would talk about is extraction of forms, like when the customers, provide information, like in the health Department of Health Services, they apply for benefit. There's a lot of information people put on their application form. So we take that, and there is over 160 data points that needs to be inputted into their systems. It takes about 35 minutes to process a application. But if we used, our technology, we actually made it from 35 minutes to 3 minutes to process that application. So, they had a backlog. That particular state had a backlog of over some 215,000 applications. We just released it in 2 weeks. That would have taken them at least 2-3 months to process.
Okay. And Mahesh, I hear from companies where we already have an IT department and we have an accounting division that already does all of this. What is your response to them, and how would it help them to use your services?
So, yeah, and they have their IT departments, they have software, CRM software, accounting software, SAP software, but still they have 10 or 15 people performing data entry. So if there are, so this is what we actually do not change their systems. We do not change their process. We keep it as is, and we perform an automation on top of their current systems and following whatever their standard operating procedure is. So there is no disruption of service. It is just an automation of work being performed on it. So if there is no work performed, everything is happening, like from the click of a button, things are happening, it's fine, right? But it doesn't happen. So like we also, help the Department of Motor Vehicles in California. And for them, we actually do the renewals. And during the pandemic, we were able to help them as a subprime, we help them. So we actually, process number of renewals, like millions of renewals, and they just did it without any issue. And their CIO got the Innovators Award amongst all CIOs within the state governments, in fact, for that solution.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much, Mahesh. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alika.
Next up, we have Ruchir Sarah with Resonia.
Thank you, Alika, and welcome everyone, and thanks for being here. At Resonia, we focus on sleep health to improve performance, safety, and quality of life. Our mission is to advance the science of sleep health, and we're an experienced team in medical technology. You know, this is my 7th startup company in technology with 2 of the largest startup to acquisition companies in the last decade. Almost 100 million people in the US have sleep issues that are costing companies over $150 billion a year in lost productivity, accidents, missed work days, things like that. And the most common sleep disease, which is called sleep apnea, still remains for the most part undiagnosed, and affects over 20 million people in the US alone who are undiagnosed, making all sorts of other diseases worse, like diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and depression. And these cost employers on the bottom line. So if you're an employer that focuses on employee health or just focusing on better ROI on your medical costs, we are here to help you solve that by identifying sleep apnea. So think about, let's say, accidents on the road or on the job, or people who are having to miss work days, and the influence a hidden disease like sleep apnea, which will be very common in your employee population, can have. We also have a full sleep health program on the wellness side as well. Our current customers include companies such as LinkedIn Worldwide is a customer for our sleep health program. We've helped the Phoenix Suns organization as well as the city of Goodyear here locally, and are just getting ready to launch with a couple of big health plans. So you can reach out to us at resonia.com, spelled RESONEA.com, or email us info@resonia or myself directly as shown on the screen. That's it. Sure.
Sorry. Ruchir, would you like to expand a little bit on Drowsel and what the, what the steps would be, both from individual perspective and also from organizations? And, many of the businesses may be small businesses, and some of the businesses here are large corporations. So, what would the process be, and how can it be rolled into what they already offer their employees?
Yeah, so let me use a practical example, and I'm going to use APS because I can just see it right there on the screen as a good example. In an APS deployment, what we would suggest people do is we're a population health-based company, so that you offer screening to all your employees just like you would offer annual, blood testing or other annual health screenings. And this would, our Drowsel screening, which is deployed fully via mobile only. In fact, we're the first company ever approved by the FDA for a diagnostic test delivered only via mobile phone. So those people who screen in high risk, let's say for sleep apnea, would then move into LIM, where we have telemedicine doctors, nationwide, who can talk to the patients privately with all the appropriate patient privacy involved, get them sleep tested, again, just overnight using their phone. They don't need to go to any centers or anything like that, and get them to treatment if they need with, kind of nationwide coverage on different treatment options as needed. The whole point here is you can get somebody from not knowing they have an issue with their sleep to being more functional on the job, and of course healthier as well, within as little as 2 to 3 days, all done from home, all done virtually.
And Ruchir, real quick, what are the benefits from actually addressing your sleep deprivation problems?
Yeah, the things most people think about, and these are all true, is just, being more awake and aware during the day. So, being able to concentrate better, being able to focus better. But there are a number of other things where addressing sleep have huge benefits. So for example, weight loss. We find that about 1/3 of the people who get on treatment end up losing weight without changing any lifestyle factors. And One example is we had an individual who was in the organization for the Phoenix Suns, not a player, but in the organization. And he ended up losing 30 or 40 pounds within 2 months. Didn't change lifestyle at all. All he did was that he managed to get treated for a sleep issue. And there's real biological reasons that those things happen. So weight loss, diabetes care, if people have heart disease, it reduces the chance of hospitalization with heart disease and keeps people healthier. And then one thing that's really common right now in the COVID days is stress management, depression, things like that. And it's known that if you can get better sleep, and if you have a sleep disease, get treatment for that sleep disease, that you're able to just be more capable at handling stress. You tend not to react as aggressively. That part of your brain that focuses on that just becomes healthier, and your ability to absorb stressors in your life just become better. Less depression, people get off depression meds, things like that.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you, Ruchir. I appreciate that. Thank you. Next up, we have Rishank, IT Consulting, Sandeep Bhatt. Do we have William Chrysler here? And then we have Kidzia Keith. All right, so I'm actually going to go back to another company, Mountain View Media. Jane, you're up next. And you're muted. There you go.
Oh, hi, Alika. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. My company, sorry for jumping on so late, but anyway, my company is Mountain View Media. We have been in business for 19 years in Arizona. We provide web and digital marketing. We provide new options for securing your website. A lot of those we can go over with our team if you are interested. We also do a lot of digital marketing now and really save our clients a lot of money with the digital marketing. So if anybody has any questions, we're here to answer, but it's pretty basic. We build websites, we protect them, we work with internet companies, we work with hosting companies, doing all sorts of things to protect the websites. When they go down, we get them back up very quickly. We provide many backups. And then we do online marketing, so digital marketing, social media marketing, and SEO. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you, Jane. And you went through that really quickly, and I know I had impressed on everyone that you only had 90 seconds, but we actually have a lot of time. So if you want to expand on how you've helped big businesses as well as small businesses and grow their business with your website design and social media, that would be good. So if you can expand a little bit on that.
I'd be happy to. One of our clients is, they sell the COVID test kits. And she started with one state, and now she's expanded to 6 states. And the test kits have expanded also. So we have been doing their web maintenance. We took over a website from another company, and then we provide their digital marketing. And every month, actually we meet with them every week, and we go over the stats, the Google stats, and then we put together a report, and we show them where they're, what's happening. But I will tell you that the phone is ringing off the hook, which is good, and the test kits are selling. We have another company, UPS. They are in Arizona, and I think we met them through Alika. So anyway, we picked up two stores from them, and the same thing. We are doing Google marketing for them, Facebook marketing, and again, you can really, like, not only are the phones ringing, but what are they ringing for, and how do we adjust it? We can literally adjust it for exactly what the client wants to sell. So it's amazing. Years ago, we did PR and marketing, and an $80,000 budget right now is probably $12,000, a year. It's just so much less, and it's so much more directed to their clients, and it's just working. It's amazing. And that's been picking up over the last couple of years. So. Oh, I can't hear you, Alika.
What certifications do you have besides the DBE?
We have SBE, women-owned. I think that's it.
Okay.
DBE, SBE, women-owned.
Yeah, Jane's been extremely helpful in guiding our clients. She's, I think, connected with a lot of the MBDA clients and is working for them, doing their websites and social media for them. And they have been very pleased and have been with her for ongoing many years, several of them. So we're very pleased to note that. She's one of our star clients when it comes to that. She knows how to connect with other companies and make it happen. So
thank you.
Now that we have, I think, gone through all of the companies that we had scheduled, I would like to open it up. I'm going to stop the share for just a second. I want to open it up to question and answers amongst the group. So if anybody has questions for the buyers or each other, the floor is yours. We have a lot of time. We had scheduled 3 hours, but we've gone through it in a hurry because some people did not show. Floor is yours. So if you have any questions, please fire away.
Hi, this is Brad Schultz with Bonda Group. I have a call for Jane with Mountain View Media that just gave her presentation. Jane, I just want a clarification. I assume you mentioned both your web services and the digital marketing services. I'm assuming that you segregate those. So if someone's happy with their platform and their website, but they want to dive more into social media marketing and need that expertise, I assume that those are two separate.
What's working right now, I think, is the advertising, Facebook advertising, and the Google advertising, the Google My Business advertising. But I'd love to, talk to you about that after the meeting if you'd like.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Alika, this is Sibia. Hi. I was just wanted to remind everyone, I put in the link in the chat, the link to register for APS. I just wanted to remind everyone if you can go in there and do your registration. And after you do it, feel free to send me an email and I can check on it. Thank you.
It looks like we're having some technical issues. We went off the air for a few minutes. Jane, did you get a chance to answer the question?
Jane, you're muted. I did get, it glitched on me, but I did follow Jane's. It did come back in where I did get the information I was looking for.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Alika, you're on mute. Alika, you're muted.
Yeah, Alika.
Jane, could you respond again so that everyone else could hear the answer?
Sure. We were just talking about whether or not a company that is happy with their, I think this is what we were talking about, a company that's happy with their web company, if we can just take on the social media marketing for them and the SEO, we can do that. We can do it together, we can do it apart. So we work with clients wherever they're at. So we can do branding and startup companies, or we've worked with a federal was it, a federal business that was a bank. And so we can do really large clients and we can do smaller clients. And we can meet you right where you're at. So, but most of our clients, I think, are medium sized. So anyway, I hope that answers the question.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Just a quick question for Jane as well. We have some similar services in our offering, and I think we could explore some potential opportunities to collaborate. I don't know if you'll be open to have that discussion.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll reach out then.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is what we like to see. This is exactly what we like to see, you know, results as a result of this, excuse me, conversation. So thank you so much. It looks like we went through our program pretty quickly, and I do want to
I had a quick question.
yes.
Yeah, so based on what Mahesh mentioned about our services that we provide at Cubotica, were there any firms or buyers that would like to ask us a question in regards to automation?
Hi, this is Sibia. Mike Duff had to step out for another meeting. I can definitely let him know to reach out. I have your information to reach out to you for additional information.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so sorry. Next steps, I would recommend highly that every supplier here send an email to the buyers and include your, you know, an email that talks about your products and services, about the certifications you have, what sets your company apart, and also include your capability statement and your contact information. And then I would suggest also reaching out to the chamber or the MBDA center to find out what other additional resources are available to you. The chamber has many programs that it offers that that you could benefit greatly from. So if you haven't already looked into it, I would highly recommend that. Our whole focus in doing this business-to-business matchmaking is to help your business grow, and not just grow in incremental ways, but exponentially. So whatever we can do to help you make that happen is what we'd like to achieve. So just wanted to, you know, let you know about that. And next I pass it on to Christina Gonzalez for her closing remarks.
Great. Thank you, Alika. Well, thank you, everybody. For those of you who I haven't met or don't know me, as Alika said, my name is Christina Gonzalez. I'm the Director of Marketing and Operations at the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And on behalf of our CEO, our entire team at the Chamber, and again, Alika and her great team at MBDA, we want to thank all of our buyers and suppliers again for joining us. I know we're finishing up a little bit early, as Alika said. We had planned for a few more people to join us and wanted to give everybody certainly enough time to share this morning, but we hope that you all found this valuable. We especially want to thank our presenting sponsors, APS, whom without we would not be able to produce this. They have supported this event for many, many years. So thank you so much to Sibia and John for being on this morning. We appreciate them very much, as well as our other sponsors and community partners who support this event as well. We know that 2020 is quickly coming to a close. We know this has been a challenging year for many of us, so I know some of us are ready to put it behind us, but we still do have a few weeks left. We only have a couple of events left, so please keep your eye out on our calendar for a couple upcoming webinars. But we do have, if you're a member of the Hispanic Chamber, we are hosting our year-end member meeting on Friday, December the 11th. It will be a webinar. Please check out our website and our calendar there if you would like to register for that. We would love to see you there. If you'd like more information on becoming a member and you're not, please feel free to reach out to us. Our business development team is on this call. We'll also be issuing a follow-up email that'll include this presentation, all the buyer and supplier information that was shared today, so that you guys can go ahead and take on those next steps Alika recommended. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Again, we want to thank you guys all so much. There will be a part 3 of our Business Diversity Summit in the first quarter of 2021. There will be a webinar series to help you get contract ready that Alika and the MBDA team will be presenting for us. So we are still planning our 2021 calendar, so please keep an eye out for that, but there will be a webinar series that's a third part of our Business Diversity Summit. So we appreciate you guys all for joining us today. Thank you again so much. We hope you have a wonderful day and a very happy holiday. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great, safe holiday season. Thank you, Rosemary. Thank you, Sibia. Thank you,
Thank you,
APS.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.